Soul City has been a part of our family's journey in ways I never imagined. It started with me, but God had bigger plans for all of us. We came from a long history of faith in our family. I had a praying mom my whole life, and she always took us to church when we were kids. My dad didn't come at that time, and she always told me that when she met my dad, he wanted to go out with her, but she wouldn't go out with him unless he came to church with her. And it was over 16 years of faithful prayer before he came to church. And then on a night that would have been a pretty tragic night for our family, God intervened in her prayers and answered, and my father gave his life over to Jesus. He grabbed a Bible and he read it for 40 days in his bedroom, and he only allowed my mom to bring him water. When he came out of that room, he ended up enrolling in seminary. You remember that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What do you always say?
He became to be my pastor. That's what prayer does.
The journey to Soul City started over 13 years ago when I would visit occasionally. Back then, I saw it as a fun, feel-good church, not a place I thought I'd stay. Coming from a background of fire and brimstone where I understood faith through fear and trembling, I didn't know how to live out my faith in a world facing real challenges. When the pandemic, racial injustice, and division came, Soul City helped me understand how to walk in faith in the real world. It showed me the overwhelming love of God in ways I hadn't experienced before.
Soul City quickly became a place where we could call home. At first, it was just the three of us, me, Bibi, and of course, Grandma Lena. But Bibi knew that this would also be a great church for her nieces.
Aunt Bibi, who we know as Titi Bernie, invited us to Soul City when we were both going through tough times. And I wasn't sure if I was ready to trust the church again.
I was struggling with my faith, but Titi Bernie didn't give up on inviting us. She just kept believing that Soul City would be a place of healing for us.
By the end of 2022, we were all attending Soul City together. Some would say it was just coincidence, but we know this was an only God moment. A moment where God answered the prayers of my mother and my father. Even though Alzheimer's has taken away some of Mom's memories, she still holds on to her faith. She has prayed and continues to pray over our family, and I have seen God answer her prayers. And better believe she knows when God is answering the prayers for her family.
In 2023, I knew God was calling me to be baptized. I'll never forget the way my grandma cried when I came out of the water. She hugged everyone, telling them that I was her granddaughter. It was like she knew her prayers were being answered.
Who would have known in 2024 I would feel the same exact calling as my sister? I think a big part of it was watching her get baptized and just seeing the changes in her life, the way that she got involved in the church. It just inspired me. And throughout that time, I really started to feel God calling me in a direction that I just didn't see coming.
Only God could do what is happening in our family. We have even been able to worship together and lead worship during Hispanic Heritage Month. Singing with my husband, my mother, my nieces, and seeing my great-nephew Cameron was something I will never forget.
It was incredible, seeing all of us worshiping together, something only God could orchestrate.
God's calling us to grow.
To serve.
And to share hope and faith with others.
We're ready for whatever greater things God has for us next. As a family, it's always nice to be reminded when Mom, Grandma Lena, sings over us at the end of all of our family gatherings. She sings Psalm 121 over us, and it simply says, "I lift my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." Mom, would you like to sing your blessing over us?
Okay. Alzaré mis ojos a los montes, de donde vendrá mi socorro. Mi socorro viene de Jehová, que hizo los cielos y la tierra, no dará tu pies al resbaladero, ni se dormirá el que te guarda. y aquí no se adormecerá ni dormirá el que guarda a Israel. Jehová te guardará de todo mal. Él guardará tu alma, Jehová. Guardará tu salida y tu entrada desde ahora y para siempre. Amén, amén.